Hello guys, my name is Kaimana Kane and today I'm going to be telling you guys a book review of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Getaway. Greg Heffley is the main character who is a kid, and his big brother Roderick, his little brother Manny, and their parents are going for a vacation on Christmas. So they pack their stuff and they go on the plane. So they pack their stuff and go on the plane. So they charge all their electronics and stuff. So then they were rushing to the plane just to realize that their flight had been delayed. So they wait a few hours and then they go back on. Then the emergency video comes on if something happens, like if they crash into water. So he was the only one paying attention, and he kept on pushing the button on his seat for the flight attendant to come over because he had so many questions. So then they finally arrived, and then they went on the Paradise bus. And then once they got into the hotel, and by the way, they're heading to Isla de Corals, which is a vacation spot, only to realize that they have gotten the other suitcase from the family from the airport. So then they just try and go down to the pool, and then there's this person who's a commander of fun, did a contest, whoever could grab the most coins that he dropped into the pool. And then this little sneaky kid, when Greg Heffley got about $2 of coins, about that, the sneaky kid comes out of nowhere from his bench and steals all of it. And then one person, he got so many coins that he wasn't gonna risk it to put it on the side of the pool, so he stuffed it in his pants and stuff. That gave everybody the idea to do it. Then they got back, and then only to find that his brother Roderick isn't anywhere near his side. So he goes to the teen zone, and also there's two sides divided by the mild side and the wild side. The teen zone is like the wild side, and also, so his brother Roderick was there helping a girl get her lip ring out of the net while playing water polo. So then they go to the banana boat. Then all of a sudden the parents' children fly off the banana boat. So, and then he goes, so at least they brought their scuba diving stuff, and they went in. And then so Greg Heffley didn't know how to swim, so he swallowed a big gulp of water, only to find out he almost swallowed his seahorse. If you don't want me to spoil the book, then you should stop watching the video right now. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, so let's continue. So then they rush back to the boat, only later to figure out that they forgot Roderick and he got sun poisoning. So he got the medic as quickly as they can. So they went back to their hotel, only to realize that Roderick's not there. So that's when they went back. So then they finally try and go to the pool again, but then they got hungry, so they went to a outdoor restaurant. When everybody ordered their stuff and it came, the waiters brought their food, all of the birds and monkeys started eating all their stuff. Then slugs climbed into their drinks, so they left. Then they went to their cabana, just trying to get a dip into the beach. And then his little brother Manny, got all the hermit crabs and all the crabs, all the slugs from the ocean. So then they went back to their cabana. They also did the Congo line. Then because Manny had another bucket, he brought something from the beach that I'll tell you guys later. So the commander of fun brought him into a conga line. Then once he tried to sit down, nobody could sit down because it was already starting. So then once it was done, he sat back down, and then somehow he did it again. Did the conga line again. Then so he wouldn't let the commander of fun yank him up from his seat. And then the commander of fun was frozen shock looking inside Manny's pail. He thought it was a plastic bag, and Greg Heffley did too, only to find out it was the most venomous jellyfish, the box jellyfish. So they had to search the pool because the commander of fun was so scared he was like, ah! And so the box jellyfish went into the pool, but they never found it. So they went back to their hotel, only to find when he was taking a shower that in one of his slippers he must have taken like a 45-minute shower, almost an hour, and then only to find something furry inside his slipper. It was a tarantula. It followed him back to his room, and he called room service to get help. Then, also before all that stuff, his mother put "Do Not Disturb" sign because they wanted to learn some dedication to wash their sheets and blankets, and they don't let the room service do it. So then, because he needed room service in their room, but the lady just kept on asking, "What do you want for your breakfast order?" So then he just got eggs with a bacon on the side. So then the waiter came in. Then he called because there was a "Do Not Disturb" sign on the door. So he told him to come back immediately. And then he crashed into the waiter, dropping his food, only to realize that he has the same fears as Greg does. The fear of spiders. I think that's anchrophobia. Arachnophobia. Okay. So then they finally try and kill it by putting the pot thingy on top of the dish into it. But then the tarantula's leg was sticking out and it fell off, and then he went crazy. So then he picked it up and threw it into the toilet. They went back to their cabana. Then their dad had stomach issues, so he went back to the hotel, only to find that the tarantula was under the toilet seat, so he got pale. Then he found out that when they found out that their luggage was somebody else's, because they didn't bring their white colored t-shirt, because they needed the shirt code to go into this fancy restaurant. So they stole from the luggage that wasn't theirs. So they got the color code, except for Roderick didn't have anything, so he just wore his bathrobe to the restaurant. Then suddenly somebody reported that they were wearing somebody else's clothes. So they were wearing somebody else's clothes. Because of that, they needed to leave the resort immediately. So they ran, and then they didn't know till they got to the golf course. So the security told him to get in the car. Then I didn't tell you guys this, at least I didn't think so. But when he was at the airport and this guy got angry at them, he ran this message through his head: Heffleys don't fight, they only run. So then they ran from the security guard, pushed it out of the golfmobile, I think they called it. The golfmobile, they pushed him out. Then they got on the golfmobile and started driving away. Then they checked out of their hotel at the airport, and then only to realize that they couldn't go back to the resort. So they went to the airport hotel, But then they finally realized, this is our Christmas. We won't let them steal that from us. So they went back to the resort secretly by sneaking under all of the security guards. Then they tried to get their Christmas photo or Christmas album. So they saw the family who owned their clothes. They reported them, so they got out immediately. They got back on the airplane, got back home, and his mom was still working on the album for a few days. And that's it. I hope you liked my book review of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Getaway. Thank you so much for listening.